Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the court of the EDI jester. Right. I'm going to do one a day because it's between Christmas and New Year. Right. That's all. One a day. That's all you're getting. Just the way it is. But I thought, seeing as it's between Christmas and New Year, I'd like to have some good news. Some good news. It's Good News Week. Who sang that? Can't remember. Somebody tell me in the doobries, right? Links are in the doobries as well. There's only one link this time. Links are in the doobries as usual. Tell me in the comments what you think. So today, let's talk about some good news because I came across a really lovely tweet on Boxing Day, which I thought, I hear, we like this. It's good. It's good. We like it. We like it, right? Okay. And it's from a individual called Steve Stewart Williams. And Steve Stewart Williams posted saying, "The world is full of problems which people are often very aware of, but most people have no idea about the many improvements we have listed below, and therefore they lose hope for the future and think the world is doomed." And then provide us with a list of good stuff. There's another organisation that does this that I feel that I should mention at this point called humanprogress.org, and if you're not following them, you're not getting a piece of good news in your inbox every day. Much of what we think is happening isn't happening. Much of what we think is bad isn't bad. Actually, things are doing very well. We're doing incredibly well in many, many ways. You wouldn't think so to listen to the critical social justice nutters, but then they're a doom cult. Do you remember the Sparrows? Game of Thrones? That's them, right? They're the Sparrows. Walk of shame! There'll be nudity on the streets, I tell you. Oh, we've already had that. Right, okay. So they are the Sparrows. Right, so it's called Gapminder, right? This particular website, Gapminder, which is linked to in the tweet, right? And what's good about it is it takes some stuff that we all sort of give a damn about, but don't particularly have the time to go into in great depth, and tells us some good news. So let's have a look and see what a few of these good news things are. Feel like it's Good News Week is now something I should do often. The world is full of problems, which people are often very aware of, but most people have no idea how many improvements we have listed below. Right, so there's a full list of 100 positive news items from 2023 for you to go through. This is the sort of stuff we need occasionally, just to lift us up out of the mire, the cesspit that the miserable media and the critical social justice mob want us to think that we're living in. So let's go through a few of these because they're quite interesting. QI, quite interesting. Well, the first one they've got up is ozone depleting gas. Now, in the 1990s, we knew a lot about, or we came across the idea that ozone was being destroyed by certain gases. One of those was the gas that was in your refrigerator, right? So we had to invent our way out of this problem, which we did. So in 1989, it was way up there with their particular mark being 1,300,000 tons of ozone depleting gas. In 1989, 1,300 tons of ozone depleting gas in the air, right? 2021, 17. That's human ingenuity and technology at its best. 17. We found alternative ways of doing things, right? So that's absolutely brilliant. And then we've got births attended by a trained health worker from 2000 onwards. This is one of my favourites, right? Because it's very important. In 2000, 61% of births, this came from UNICEF, 61% of births were delivered by health workers attending. So the mother was there was a health worker was in attendance to help the mother with the birth. That was 61% in 2000. We are so good at this. It's 86% now. 86%, right? 8 out of 10 babies born are welcomed into the world by the hands of a trained professional in a health facility. This has helped reduce the number of women dying during birth. See that? So as well as running around thinking we're not something we're not and being mental, right? We can also do that. But that doesn't sell papers. It doesn't get clicks, does it? That's the problem. Should we do some more? Let's do some more. Right. In 1970... Again, this is from the United Nations. In 1970, hunger, the share of people with too little food, right? 1970, 24%. 24%. 1 in 4 people had too little food in 1970. I was around then. So are many of you watching this, right? 24%. You know what it is today. 9%. Aren't we wonderful? 9%. Makes me fill up our dust because we're going in the right direction, you know. We are. Despite what we see. And despite us not dealing with the nutters and not having a government that can deal with the nutters, and despite the fact that we're about heading into 4 or 8 years of hell, 5 or 10 years of hell for that matter, with the Labour Party, we still got that. It won't last long if they get to do what they want to do. If they go for equity, it won't last long. But here we go. One of the great levelers in the world is sport, right? Which you know, because the lunatics interfere with it, don't they? They want men and women's sports. Not happening, mate. We're going to stop all that, right? So here's another interesting one, I think, which came from data on Olympic teams. The number of national Olympic committees sending teams to the Summer Olympics, right? In 1896, it was 14. In 2021, it's 206. Don't tell me we're not good at this stuff. Don't tell me we're not good at collaborating, not good at getting together, not good at moving forward, even though it might be a jagged moving forward, up and down, up and down, up and down, bend and bend and twist and twist. We're good at it, right? What about smallpox? You want to do that? One of the biggest killers ever. In 1920, 401,000 reported cases of smallpox. Murderous it was, smallpox, a terrible thing, yeah? How many in 2023? Go on, I'll give you 2 seconds to answer. 0, correct, absolutely correct. 0 smallpox. Okay. Here's an interesting one, legal slavery. This is interesting because I've just done, with the Year 2 crew, we've just done our study of race, which includes slavery. And, oh dear Lord, it's complicated. But in 1800, 191 countries in 1800. 101 countries. It's just so. As you get older, that doesn't seem so long ago. See, 191 countries in 1800 had legal slavery. Legal slavery, right? Okay. In 2023, it's 0. 0 countries have legal slavery. So slavery is banned everywhere, on paper. But there are millions who are still enslaved today. There are more people enslaved today than there was when the slave trade was at the height of its power. More people, yeah. Go and have a look. The slavery index, very interesting. So in 1980, right, 1980, there was 0% people on the internet. Now it's 67%. 67%. That's the global share of people using the internet. 67% of people have access to the internet in 43 years. We are phenomenal. We are phenomenal. And that's like, you know, my mid Christmas message for you all is go and read this guy's tweet, then go and visit the website, because goodness me, sometimes the grander scheme of things and how we are actually getting where we are going is obscured by nonsense like whether or not this bloke's a woman, right? Or whether or not everybody's a racist, you know, or queering Noel Coward or whatever it may be. We're good at what we do. Don't ever think we're not. I'll see you later.